Saturday night football, under-18 preliminary final for the Brothers Leagues Club Premier Division this evening. Or Brothers in their traditional blue and white butcher stripes kicking off, running left to right. Blue and golds of North Tigers to receive the football. I'm David Nugent. I'm joined by Brian Rance this evening. We're expecting an exciting encounter here. The winner will go on and play Redbank this time next week in the grand final, Brian. But what does the next 60 minutes hold for us?
Mate, I think we're going to see a group of young men that are just going to go and play some of the hardest football they have with nothing left to lose. And that's a great example of it right there. They're going to give us everything they've got. We're going to see some great football because we've got some talents out there that have played some representative football this year in the junior ranks and some guys who just missed out in both sides. So I think we're in for a night of some really good football here.
Two big packs going at it, hammer and tongs as well. They're throwing everything into this. Timoteo there at first marker, Boxall the second marker. Two of the bigger men for the Brothers side getting involved in defence early. Two good runs from Blade Payne as well for the Tigers. Trying to get some early ascendancy. They're going to kick themselves out of trouble here. Try to get some territory, get some field position as they run towards the northern end. We feel like running to home for the Tigers, as that's the Pelican Street end, if you like, the Crib Park end. And a good first up tackle from Kaywan Blaine for the Tigers. This is Conrad Brown. For Brothers, he gets us up towards 10 metres short of the halfway line. Captaining the side tonight. In fact, that was Flynn Rayner, I beg your pardon. They go over the halfway line now, the blue and whites. A couple of players with A-grade experience, including this man, Dennis Papua. Debuted in the late rounds of the Ipswich Jets A-grade Cup this year and did an outstanding job. Almost got a try with his first touch, I remember, playing at home at Raceview. They go down the short side, little chip into the back corner, but Kev Werebone's there, takes it on the full, uses his light feet to get out to about the 10-metre line. Good early pressure absorbed there for the Tigers by Werebone. They'll do well to find him out of position, won't they, Brian?
I think so. Kev's very smart. He's not only smart, he's athletic. He's a middle distance runner that's run at state and national level. He was in the Dolphins system, so he's the sort of player that can turn a game in a heartbeat with someone like that out there. And we sort of saw a bit of that last week, but his kicking game, as we see it now, like he's kicked from the 30 there and it's landed on the 30 down the other end, and he didn't even strike it that well. It didn't even sound that good, did it?
Sounded like he was kicking a flat football too, I think. Hopefully that you pick that up in your Bar TV devices. And we'll see lots of Kev Werebone as the game progresses. Just going end to end here at the moment. Only early minutes. This is Timoteo for the Brothers side, just short of the halfway line. It's got a real semi-final feel about it, the intensity from both teams so far. They go across field through their halfback in Lockie Martin, trying to find some space on that left edge. Right side defence for the north side. Over the 40-metre line they go. Brothers. Left a man in their wake there. Last tackle, they go back for an up and under. High kick from Lockie Martin. Draws out Werebone from the city end. Takes it well. Gets to ground. Good chase too from the Brothers side. Again, we find the Tigers pinned from their 20-metre line. Josh Cumner is our man in the middle tonight. He's just letting the game flow nicely. The early minutes, he's keeping them well apart. And he's got some good help on the touchline. Jacob Van Eck and Robbie Thornton tonight. This is the 11. Jeremy Pulafatu for the Tigers. Plays at 19 metres short of the halfway line. Good scoot from dummy half from Mitchell, Riley Mitchell. Oh, he's gone back. Does come to say knock on? He does. So just trying to force things maybe, Riley. A couple of men in there from Brothers obviously giving him a squeeze and the ball's popped out. And Cumner says that one went forward.
Well, we're glad we don't have captain's challenges here, because I think that one probably would have got a captain's challenge and might have got up. But Cumner's only got to call what he sees out there. Already from Brothers, we're starting to see some very structured football. I'd like to see North probably just get away from trying to, when they're coming out of their own 20 here, stop trying to go straight up the middle. Go out 2 or 3 wide to the B and C defender, and they might have a bit better luck out there. As we see a good break down the right-hand side now here, is that Tim from Gray, young Matt Gray. His brother was, a little bit hurt there for brothers.
He's just struggling to his feet a little bit, isn't he? We saw him last week when he was given some open space. He can really get away from you, so that Norse will want to be up in his grill. They're going to stop the play here now. More serious than maybe first thought. The trainers come out. Just pause things 28 metres out from the city end. It's a good night for rugby league. It's a cool night. A hint of a breeze occasionally. Nothing stiff as we faced last Saturday evening. It would have blown a dog off a chain last Saturday evening. It was coming off a snowfield somewhere. It had a real chill factor about it here locally. So do hope you found somewhere nice and warm to watch this on your Bar TV coverage this evening. 5 minutes gone. No score yet. Both sides are feeling each other out.
Although we've had a big weekend of football, we've still got a big day tomorrow. I'm excited for multiple reasons, but tomorrow is also the Ipswich Jets A-grade Cup. We'll have to see who goes on to take on the Ipswich Jets, who've already qualified. For Bar TV viewers, I'm a little bit on the other side because I do happen to have a little bit of an affiliation with the Jets A-grade side. Yes. As we see the Medicab come out here to take the player off, that's very unfortunate for brothers there to have that happen this early in the game to such a quality player in Matt Gray. Look, I'm looking forward tomorrow to watch brothers play Redbank. Redbank hopefully got all their players back. They had a few down when they played us. But I really am looking forward to seeing how they go because brothers, through Andrew Richardson and a few others there last week, they were just... They just carved up the middle there. So I'm hoping tomorrow... Who's your money on for tomorrow, Dave?
Rugby league will be the winner, mate. It's really hard to say, isn't it? Like, I'm as excited as you are. I mean, we've got a big day of football. We've got a real treat for our volunteers and for our spectators here at the North Ipswich Reserve. We've got a break in the middle of our program to watch a B&D Premiership game. So the Women's Premiership fixture between the Ipswich Jets and the Mackay Cutters, and I think that's exciting. They play at lunchtime, 12:05, so... The CSI Volunteers Cup, 20 past 10 locally, 2:30. We will get into the big hit team wear reserve grade, and that's followed obviously by the Ipswich Jets A-grade Cup. And yeah, that'll be a cracking game. I think Hazard phased succumbed to a concussion stand down, so I think he actually had a grade 1 charge for something else where he may have offended. Match Review had picked him up. We probably would have got a 1 week stand down anyway, but he was concussed in a tackle, so he'll be sitting this one out. That's a big loss for the Bears. He's been electric from dummy half, very quick, great service, gets them on the front foot. But back to the live stuff here, which is good. That player will get the treatment they deserve, and we're very lucky to have first aid officers who give so generously of their time to care for our players, look after him while we go on with the fixture. Flynn Rayner's got the ball now for brothers on that left edge. Big athletic centre is Flynn, pushing into that scoreboard corner. They asked Timoteo to take one off the ruck. Can he get across the line? The Tigers respond in numbers. Last tackle says Cumner. They're lined out deep and wide. They do go deep for a kick over the top, little dinky kick to just test out Werribone, but he's well placed. And as you said, it's going to be very difficult to find Kev out of position. He's got such great wheels. He can get into a tight corner really, really quickly as O'Connell tries to force the man back. Just making hard work of getting out of here, the Tigers, for the time being. We'll just stay with this before I get a comment from you, Brian, about the Tigers. Oh, but luckily a penalty. The oohs and the ahs because Fletcher, Ebsworth, Briggs dropped that ball, but brothers were inside the 10, which is a lucky escape for the Tigers.
This might sort of turn the momentum a little bit here. Like, we're yet to see Norths really be down on the other side of halfway. They've been stuck down in this end, and that's probably what they needed to have then. And because you've got players like Chad O'Connell for brothers who are just getting up and banging them really quickly, so you don't want to be trying to run past him all the time. You see young Pulafatu get off and get an offload here, and that's a great bit of work there. Good run from Fletcher, Ebsworth, Briggs. We saw him last week score a couple of great tries from that sort of running there.
This is Blade Payne following things up with another great charge. He's just drawing one or two defenders in, including Ethan Todd. They go across now to Russell. Chase Russell just uses his big number 10, Dudley, Logan Dudley. Going to go wide here now. They go out the back through to Mooney. Mooney's trying to link up with Werribone. They cut him out. They go to the outside centre, the number 4, Buick. Dante Buick. Back to this near side they come. Through Corbin Jeffries. Jeffries just trying to find a hole there. Cumner says last tackle. What have the Tigers got in their bag of tricks? They go to their Chase Russell, who grubbers it into the end goal. Not a lot of chases there, and the ball's allowed to go dead. There was a few bumps, bit of impeded traffic perhaps, but Cumner says fair enough. We'll go back for a 7 tackle set for the Brethren.
That's not a bad result for the North Tigers there. They've got down this end of the field where they need to be, but wasn't a great result either. To give a 7 tackle set away, the way Lockie Martin's pushing Brothers around here now, the young halfback, as we see him go into acting half, yeah, I wouldn't want to be giving them any extra tackles because they might just sort of get into some good ball spot and be able to do a little bit of damage. So,
yeah, with the likes of Papua and Timoteo and Boxall just rolling down the middle of the reserve. Cumner wants the Tigers back to full 10. This is Timoteo. Up on him quickly with numbers. Would have been on the coaching checklist this week at training, you'd think, a conversation about how to contain Xavier as they get him out of dummy half through Jazarius, Filipina. Time for a kick, they say. The Kobe Brooks, does he? Oh, he kicks into a Tiger, gets the ball back. Way to O'Connell. O'Connell's got a few numbers he can work with. He goes himself. Dummies to Papua and goes himself. He's still going, pumping the legs. Chad O'Connell. Cumner says last tackle. He must only be millimetres away. They cut out Papua. They go to Middleton. Middleton, oh, he wasn't able to get a handle on that and keep possession. And it's knocked on just short of the end goal. So the Tigers will have to work it out from here. No, he's going to take a midfield at least and get a 10-metre advantage. If they knocked it on in goal there, Brian, it would have been out to the 20.
Certainly would have. Well, we see from Brothers there, they've got so much ability to get a roll on there, like with Boxall and Papua just coming through the middle, and they're playing very fast football. Tigers need to win the ruck and get into those tackles and tighten up their ruck too. They're a little bit loose. That's allowing Brothers to get in behind the ruck. If they just tighten up and win the ruck, which we can see Brothers are doing quite well here. And I mean, Brothers are well coached with Brandon Dryhorn. He has had some of these boys through the representative system with Jets as well. So he'd be quite happy to see his Brothers boys doing that. As we see young Pulafatu again just lines up. Jeremy Pulafatu gets those legs pumping. North's really missed him. He was out injured last week, and they really missed him. You can see now he's really their go-to guy for a bit of yardage.
Again, Kev doesn't get it quite out of the sweet spot, but it rolls away. It grows another 15 metres along the carpet. But yeah, Pulafatu has made a real difference here. Like, he could run in there after Payne and Dudley have done some of the tough work. Really get this Tiger side on the front foot. They'd be happy. 0-0 after 10 minutes. Both coaches, I think, would be impressed with how these young men have got straight into their work. Nothing silly. Not trying to push anything. Not letting nerves overtake thinking. As they come down the short side through O'Connell. He's taken strongly there by Payne. Blade Payne. Just got to slow the ruck down a fraction. I think Timoteo just want to grab on top of him. He finds his front quickly. Elbows and knees, trying to get up. Last tackle. Very quick to their feet, Brothers. They get good quick play the balls. Werribone. Swirl and kick takes it well. Is he going to use any of your help? He has. No. He's just keep the ball steady as she goes. Kobe Brooks wraps him up. A few Tigers just struggling to get behind the ball at the moment. They've gone a fair passage of play without a stoppage, so after that knock on in the in goal, but before that, 6 or 7 minutes of non-stop stuff. This is Werribone now doing some of the tough carries. Give his forwards a break. I think get the ball and pull a Fadu, or this man Blade Payne. He's been good. Very strong. Keeps the legs pumping. Trying to wrestle his way towards the halfway along. Tigers would be impressed with that. Riley Mitchell, dummy half. Mooney is the halfback. They go wide along the carpet. It goes a little bit, but they pick it up and they recover well. They go into the attacking half, a good 12, 15 metres gain, and Tiger Pulcard, I think, taken high as well, earns his side a penalty. That's a good call by Josh Cumner. Young Pulcard hit the ball at pace, and the Brothers just reached out a little bit sloppy and give Werribone a chance to gain another 10 or 15 metres. Probably on the high side of that. 15 metres will give him. It's a good place for the Tigers to set up an attacking raid from here. Riley Mitchell to come up and get us restarted. He's got Dudley there to use. Does he go out the back to Mooney? He does. This is a new player on the field too. That's a good run. Zach Serpak. Just a little bit tangled up in O'Connell's legs there, so Serpak will play the ball. Pulafatu, this is good to get him a touch. Nice, close to the try line. We're getting to wind up, and it's full of energy tonight too, which is good. To Mitchell, goes wide to Mooney. Mooney just ducks away, zigs and zags off that right foot and nearly got underneath a tackle. Again through the short side, Mitchell dummies. No, they're away to that, brothers, and they'll wrestle him. They'll keep him up, slow things down. Maybe take him into in goal and have him held up. No, he's still short. Crossfield they come. They're going to link up with Ebsworth Briggs. Can he shed a brother's defender? No, they hold on grimly. Wrestle him into the ground finally with Kobe Brooks hanging on to him. Werebane. He chips it into the in goal. Good chase. It bounces up fortuitously. Blade Payne into his hands. Has it gone forward? It's gone forward in the view of Cumnor. Unlucky. Blade Payne, man on the spot. You make your own luck. The front row forward chasing through there. Tigers have been given, have they got the football? Knock on brothers maybe from that kick. So sort of pinballed around a few hands there. Time off. There's a couple brothers players just left on the deck after that little interchange. But desperately unlucky, Blade Payne.
Oh, very much so. The Wolfman of North there was just sort of in the right place at the right time, but it didn't come off. Look, I think Coach Grant Brewer's probably going to have a bit to say out here and get the boys to just get back to their style of football down this end. There was too much one out, and even in getting down here, there was a lot of one out stuff. We're not starting to see them trying to move brothers around. If they don't move those brothers defenders around, as soon as brothers get the ball, they're going to make 10, 15 metres per tackle because they are punching up through the middle so damn hard. And I don't know, hopefully Norths can just hold them down here, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see this is a Norths feed here. So Cumnor's ruled that brothers have, it's a double knock on, and we're going to see Norths in an attacking spot here. They've got five guys lined out to the right-hand side here. This could be exciting. Dave, what do you reckon?
Nice and deep, aren't they? They go that way, in fact. Out they go to Werebane, trying to link up with his four. He finds a wing with a beautiful ball onto his chest. But equally good tackle from the brothers winger as well. I think it's Kobe McEwen over there. He had a real head of steam up Poolcard, didn't he? He came roaring through from about the halfway line. Beautiful pass. Ebsworth Briggs, was it? Or the Buick, the other centre?
Yeah.
Dante Buick. Hit a charging Poolcard right in the breadbasket. It was beautiful rugby league. Now he's down. Yes. He's injured. He's in the hands of trainer Mickey Scanlon. I think Baz Kelly there as well. Just running their eye over him. Cumnor himself concerned enough to go over and just check on things. Quarter of the game gone almost. And 0-0 is the score. It's probably the closest we've come to points there. That one there. Apart from the knock on at the other end of the field, of course. But, yeah, it's impressive stuff from the Tigers' back line. And I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. Pulafatu's just given them another level of energy, hasn't he? Just follow me, boys. I know the way to the grand final. Of course, as Redbank Red sits and waits, watches these two teams intently. I know there's a few of them here in the audience and at home on Bar TV watching this to see who their opponent will be next week, Brian.
Yeah, as we see the Medicab called in for the second time in this game, and with only 15 minutes to go, that's not a good sign for either side. Look, Pulafatu too, one of the great things with him, I had a bit to do with him this year at the start of the year. You don't see him smile very often. He doesn't get excited. He just goes about his work, and I like that about him. Then every now and then you see this cheeky smile from him like, yeah, I got this, mate. And I kind of really do like that about him. As we see, look, just as I talk about him, look at the great defence the young fella puts in there. And that's what he's really bringing to the north side. It's encouraged the rest of his blokes to get up and try and hold brothers down here. And this is what they have to do now.
Monster Cruz Boxall there as he's trying to get his team on the front foot. This is Papua. Dennis Papua. Again, wrestled the ground by a number of hungry Tigers, hungry to keep them down this end of the field. Led by Logan Dudley there, that last defensive effort. Another Great tackle by Ebsworth Briggs. Cayman Blaine getting involved as well. This is the 7. Lockie Martin trying to get brothers out of their own half. Timoteo plays the ball. They go across field, right out in front of Martin. They'll go past him. I think it's Conrad Brown had to pick it up and try to right the ship. Last tackle, 15 metres short of the halfway line. So they kick straight down the middle. Werribone takes it on the chest, though. He'll probably get back to the 10-metre line and then some. No, they just stop him shy of that. But a good place to start a set of 6 for the Tigers, who are starting to see the pendulum swing their way momentum-wise. O'Connell just trying to hold up that Tigers runner. Cayman Blaine. This is Payne. What are we going with as a moniker? The Werewolf of Norse. Is that what we said? We'll patent that. As they go. Serpak, is it? I think they're using Serpak off the back of Payne. They go wide through Mooney. Mooney dummies, goes himself, just trying to find a little hole there. Some tired forwards, perhaps. He's trying to skip around. Last tackle, Cumner says. 30 metres to travel. We need a special here from Werribone. He puts it end over end. He's got good chasers, though. And they take it on the full. Blaine. He links up with another Tiger there. Didn't quite see who it was. It might be Riley Mitchell, but they've gone over. The first on the board has come to like it. He does. He awards it. Wow, number 6, Chase Russell, came from nowhere. He saw Blaine had flown high and grabbed it. He thought, I need to be there and support him. And just saw this flash of pink headgear come from nowhere.
Mate, that's great football all around. Cayman Blaine's father's down here in the crowd in the front. He was super excited when he saw him go up. He jumped nearly as high as he did once he saw him take the catch. But great support work there from young Chase Russell just to keep coming around and pushing hard and go for the line. And, well, that's what it is. Those little 1% things like that in football, that's what wins you the arm wrestle. But Norths can think their defence... Yeah, it had a bit on it. It didn't know where it was going. But what was also great, just going back to it, was their North's defence really got them there. They held brothers. We said they needed to try and hold them this side of halfway. And they did that. They humped up here, and the guy that led it for them was Pulafatu again. He's really, and you said before, Dave, he's really brought that to him tonight. As we see Werribone here. Now, I'm not going to make a prediction, but I normally rate this kid as a kicker. Some of the things I think I commented last weekend about him. He will, if he relaxes and has, like if he was having a conversation with the referee while he kicked it, he'll get it. But if he actually has to concentrate and get put under pressure or just starts thinking about what he's doing, that's when he's no good. I've seen him have kicking competitions with these boys, like at school day carnivals and stuff, just mucking around. And he can kick them from anywhere. So hopefully he does here and puts on a good show for us right in front of the grandstand here.
Just needs to relax, doesn't he? Such an important kick as well. We haven't seen a lot of points. We've seen some end-to-end arm wrestle sort of stuff. He strikes it very, very well. Gun barrel straight over the black dot. 12 minutes till half-time. Tigers 6, Brothers 0. And we've got a game of football on our hands. These kids are really throwing everything at each other. For some of them, maybe their last junior game of football as the loser gets knocked out this evening. Winner goes on to play Redbank for the premiership this time next Saturday night. So it's an all or nothing. You don't want to leave anything out there. You don't want to come off and think, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that. There's no time for that. In the post-mortems, you've got to leave it all on the field. Lockie Martin gets us back underway. He's got some heavily strapped wrists. I just noticed as he's kicking that ball off, so hopefully not carrying too many niggles as there's 3 or 4 Brothers defenders waiting for Blade Payne. 16 and 17. This is Dudley now trying to make some space. Gets within 12 metres of the halfway line. Just notice a double change from Brothers. Poko and Kuramalawe on as interchange forwards. I think Boxall was rested. And I'm not sure if Papua or Timoteo have left the field. So that's a surprise if it's Xavier. No, Papua's out there. So interestingly, Timoteo's been taken from the field. Pulafatu with a quick play of the ball wide to Ebsworth Briggs. He goes back infield. He's trying to find a hole there. Some of those defenders were a little lazy on the inside, but they shut him down. Werribone Another kick will go end over end in this same corner. It worked last time. Can we do it again? We can. What a take. Was it last tackle changeover? I fear it was. What a shame. But that's just champagne rugby league. He leaps above everybody else and takes it beautifully.
He's a tall lad, but he's also an athlete. He's really good. He trains hard. He works hard. But look at that. Look where they came. That's where they've completed off the back of points. Grant Brewer would be so happy with that, to see that work that way. Guys running hard. But it comes back to what we spoke about before. Earlier in the half, they were just trying to punch up the middle. They went wide then and they found some space and found some room to move. Now they've just got to, again, hump up their defence and get here. I think the momentum's definitely with North at the moment, Dave.
Oh, definitely. That's an excellent point you raise about the distance they travel straight after points. More changes for Brothers players being interchanged as we speak. Tryhorn wants more energy out there. Martin. High up and under the midfield from Flynn Rayner. Werebone tested here but takes it easily and then gallops forward with a goose step and 15, 16, 17 metres he gains after taking that ball in the full. That's a poor chase from Brothers from a midfield bomb. This is Lutter. Oh, he's taken heavily. High. Cumner doesn't like it. Brothers retreat apologetically. And again, an opportunity for Werebone to drive the Tigers further north by 15 metres or so. This will be giving the Tigers some confidence. They're probably a little bit stung by the defeat to Redbank and now have to get into the grand final the hard way by winning this prelim final. Redbank with the weekend off, watching these two throw hammer and tongs at one another. Be rubbing their hands together every time they see someone like Matt Gray go off injured. They won't want to face him in a grand final, and hopefully he's getting the care that he needs. We may see him back in the second half. Tiger pull card similarly. We hope he's getting cared for as he went off injured earlier. North now, they come across field. They link up with Werebone. Werebone's got Ebsworth Brick. Cuts him out. Oh, did he put it down? I'm not sure that the put down, and Cumner agrees. A bit of push and shove afterwards, but I'm fairly certain Kaywan Blaine was not able to ground that. We'll see what the match officials think. They're still mulling it over. Brothers appealing that it was a knock on. The officials agree, and they go back to the 20-metre line rather, and have a restart. Well, let's just hope that opportunity is not going to come back and bite the Tigers on the backside. Unfortunately, Kaywan Blaine was not able to ground that. A lot of pressure from the inside Brothers defence, so it's not easy. Let's hope we don't rue the day we weren't able to put that one over. Brothers now.
Oh, good defence.
Kane Poco in the 16. Pulafatu again involved. Lota there as well, is it? No, the 13. Corbin Jeffries. This is O'Connell, or did he just push that? He has. He's put his teammate under pressure, so whether the knock-on came from O'Connell pushing the pass or the pass being fumbled, doesn't really matter. Irrelevant, because it's a loose head and feed to the Tigers.
And again, the Tigers' defence has really put him in a position here to be able to do some good. And you can see even with that play, yes, they didn't score down here in the corner, but they had a crack and they're starting to play some football and go wide with their what they've been taught to do, not just trying to go one out and bunch it. So hopefully now, again, we see him. Look at this. 4 guys spread out to the left-hand side here as it comes to Werebone. Werebone's find Edgeworth Briggs. Oh, Blaine goes without it. Blaine forgot that he actually has to carry it, and then he knocks it into touch. Oh, well, I know they're young blokes and it's a pressure semi-final, but I'm sorry, that's almost unforgivable there. He needed to catch that ball. I put it more down to the pass a little bit. It should have been out in front of him. Maybe he's overrun it. Stuff like this, you've got to be centimetre perfect when you're trying to pull off. They had the gaps there. Werebone had held the defenders up by his liney run. Blaine had to be perfectly onto the ball, otherwise it wasn't going to happen.
No, you're 100% right, Brian. Don't need to pull any punches. If you want to beat Corey Elder and your Bears and his Bears side, you can't be doing that either. This is a little 1%ers. You just got to get them right. There's Brothers now. What a turnaround. They're 25 metres out after a good scoot. Trying to get on the front foot, trying to get points hit back. They trail the Tigers by 6 points to 0. Go in behind the ruck. They're trying to weave their way through. Timoteo, the 13, with the flowing hair at the back, no headgear. This time, no strapping around the ears or anything like that. All natural. That's gone into touch, unfortunately. All looked a bit clunky. Everybody ran onto the ball and 2 passes consecutively thrown behind the player and it ended up in touch. Just can't be doing that. And again, unforgivable. 5 minutes to half time. Nothing to show for their efforts. Brothers so far. Tigers with the sole converted try. 1 or 2 missed opportunities from both teams to add points. We've got ourselves a football game here. Very, very close. Pulafati looking to do the work, but that was the bluff play. They went themselves from dummy half. I think it was Ebsworth Briggs. This is a good run from Blake Luter. Just gets 12 metres short of the halfway line. Wearabone jumps in for a scoot of his own, trying to claim the halfway line. He's chopped down by the 16 in Poco. Mooney linking up with his outside man, Buick. Finally pulled down by the Brothers defenders. Last tackle. What do they do from here, the Tigers? High up and under is incoming. And then over end again. The fullback is out of position for Brothers. Norse almost take a 3rd kick on the full. Well, the tactics are right. The execution may be a little dusty, but the tactics are quite right. I couldn't see a fullback. I couldn't see anybody who actually nominated themselves that wanted to be under that high ball from Wearabone. Now, Kev would have put that one in the memory bank. I said, next time, I'm going up and under again if I get the opportunity down the right end of the field.
They went the length of the field.
They did. The Norths are finding territory gains quite easily. What they can't do is just put the icing on the cake. A couple of opportunities just haven't been able to convert. So there'll be something Brewer and his staff will talk about at half time. As O'Connell now over the halfway line, broke through a tackle, and there's only Wearabone to beat. They come from everywhere to try to lock him up. They grab him, chase Russell again, and Mooney. Dummy half they go through Martin. Martin's just thrown around, swiveled around. 3 minutes till the break, and they get points, Brothers. They shed a tackle there. They're still going. Oh, that was too easy. Way too easy. He just shed those first tacklers like they weren't even there, just ducking under arms, and then kept low, kept pumping the legs. Try time was the result.
Mate, Coach Brendan Tryhorn is going to be so happy with that, having seen O'Connell run and just run hard. And sometimes that's all you need to do, and that gets the momentum going. A little bit scattered in the way they tried to get there, but eventually they get over the line. And I think that's the message you'll get out of. See, if we just play our footy hard, they're going to fall off our tackle, so let's just play hard footy. But that's really going to change the momentum going right into half-time. North's had all the possession, had been making good yardage, defending well, and now they've just... Well, that'll go out the window. That'll give a lot of wind into the sails of Brothers here as they try to go into half-time all locked up at 6-all.
100%. They presented Lockie Martin with the easiest of kicks here too, you'd like to think. Kicking towards the city or the river end. Lots to think about, lots to talk about behind those uprights for the Tigers. Everything was going our way. Guys, what happened there? We forgot to tackle. Forgot to get shoulders in. Forgot to do the tough stuff when it was required of us. We can't look at each other. We're going to look at it within ourselves. Why these things happen. Mard looking to lock things up. With only 90 seconds or so by the time we get to kick this one off. Left in this first half. Just quietly taking a few breaths, taking his time, wants to guide this one through. Doesn't hit it hard, just enough. Chip it over. Doesn't say in the scorebook how you got him, so that's Luke. So only a minute or so rather to play. Wearabone takes his troops back up to the halfway line. You'd like to think the thinking was kick long, chase hard, but these are 17 and 18-year-old brains that are still developing their frontal lobes, aren't they? So anything can happen.
What's a frontal lobe?
Yeah, exactly. At this age, they wouldn't know. I mean, there is a knock on, Colts football. There's a lot of points scored, but they try things. They're not as structured and regimented as you might find an A-grade side play their football. They throw the ball around. And it's good, solid tackling from Pulafatu, no doubt. Yes, it is. He's the last man off. And Dudley was there as well, lending a hand. 20 seconds on the score clock here. As brothers just working through some one-out stuff. Be happy to go to Orange's 6-all, you'd think. This is Flynn Rayner. Just short of the halfway line. They try a little kick and a chase. There's a few lined out deep, but no, just going to do the tough stuff up the middle. It looks like the clock's going to beat everyone to that play the ball. So, on a fair assessment of things, 6-point all, I don't think is too unfair to either side. Both coaches would be happy. We're going to take a break ourselves and come out in a short little while with the second half, the last of our Bar TV games.